happy magical Monday for the very first Monday in October. And as all of you probably know, I'm Magical Michelle and I love the month of October. So it's the first Monday in October and we actually have 5 Mondays. And I'll actually get to be with you on the 31st for a magical Monday on Halloween. So I'm over the moon with how fantastic this season's going to be. We have quite the fall lineup in October astrologically. And I don't know about anybody else but me, but I am so happy that we are now out of Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde has a lot of great things to it. In this case, a lot of times we find that we're able to review something, we can recreate something, we can realign with something. And I definitely did all those things during this Mercury retrograde. But it is also very good to have it complete and move into a really powerful, wonderful, witchy season. So if this is, if Halloween and the veil getting thin is something that is really exciting for you, you're probably like maybe just even half as excited as I am about this month. One of the things that we're doing this month is our Practical Magic series. I'm doing one tonight about money. I'm doing one on next Monday night about, tonight is love. This Monday is love. Next week is money. And the following week, we're doing protection. You can buy one or all of them. And if you're getting this and it's even already over for the first one, you can buy all of them, get the recordings, or you can just buy one at a time. So it's real affordable. It's like $88 for all of them or $44 for each one. So I've got this whole like setup right now. I've got my witch's cabinet open. I've got herbs and oils because I've got all these things happening this month. And I don't know about you, it's just when I like to make magic. I redo my protection spells on my cars, on my house. I redo my altars and I clean all of the different old spells up. So any magic I have done in the last 24 months, because sometimes I will miss it at one Halloween, I'll look back to any magic that is not within a month or two of recent and I'll redo it. So anything from the last year on Halloween, I usually burn my cinnamon broom from the year before. I do a lot of deep like spiritual house cleaning. I clean out my witch's cabinet. I, like I said, pull all my crystals and wash them and charge them. It's definitely when I look at anything that's old that needs to just go away and anything that needs to be reintended. This is the month that I like to do it. It's this, and I always do things around May. April, my birthday is April 24th, so I'm always around that Beltane. So that Halloween and Beltane, I'm redoing my magic and I'm recreating things and I'm resetting all of my protections and wards for my house, my car, my land. And of course, I'm recharging me and resetting my intentions. For me, this is the witch's new year. And it really happens. I see 3 different kinds of Halloween. I see Halloween that has been made an American spiritual holiday as well as an American fun holiday. So Halloween is the 31st because that's the date we've chosen on a calendar celebrate it. And I don't think that's wrong or bad. I think that's just the way it works. And so I do celebrate American Halloween. That's like when I would dress up. That's when I would maybe burn my broom and release old herbs into the land, or burn old written statements, and create intentions just like you would do at New Year's. Create intentions. So I treat the 30th and 31st of October like New Year's. And then I have the Day of the Dead, which is the first day of November, which is really a Mexican holiday, or All Souls Day in the Catholic faith. And that's kind of when I'm looking at my ancestors and those who've crossed over, and putting into my gratitude and my love and my work with the other side. But this whole month, a month before and a month behind that, the veil is really thin, really from the autumn equinox all the way to December 21st is what I consider to be the veil thin on the fall side, where you're working with that deep sense of magic. And so for me, I really look at the full moon closest to Halloween as when I would recharge. It's when I would do protection magic. This year, we're talking about an eclipse. We have a solar eclipse right before it and a lunar eclipse right after it. So we will have a couple of really big things happening where we have one more full moon before the eclipse. And then the next full moon is an eclipse in November, which is what I would consider this year's Halloween as far as the moon is concerned. Dark moon is also another form. So you're looking at the dark moon as when you would do deep inner work and divination, and it happens to be a solar eclipse. So it's going to be powerful, slightly tricky, but powerful this year. You have that later into November full moon at 15 degrees of Scorpio, and at that 15 degrees of Scorpio is what they consider astrological Halloween. So I really celebrate it for an entire month ahead and 2 or so weeks into November. So now is the time to start thinking about your manifesting, thinking about what you're letting go. There's something called the law of release, and there's something called the law of surrender, which is you need to release what you're holding on to. You need to make room for what you're bringing in. So as you're letting go of things, that's this part of the process. What are you letting go of? What no longer serves you? And that's physical, emotional, spiritual, old dreams. I mean, we've been holding on to, since 2020, we're holding on to a different way of being. And so I feel like that's like time to let go, and any identity that we want to claim that maybe we got off of our true self during the pandemic. Time to like let go of some of those bad habits we created. Maybe we overate or overdrank or wasn't exercising during the pandemic. It's okay to let go of my pandemic and identity or pandemic weight or pandemic habits this year. And then as you're moving forward into Halloween, into the end of October and into November, it's also good for manifesting, creating the identity, getting the habits in line. And it's really good to do right now. And also you're at the beginning of the third quarter of the year. If you're looking at the year as a normal American calendar, we go from January to December. And so you have one full quarter of the year still left. So there's a lot of review and what you were trying to bring in last year in January, it's not too late. 3 months is a long time. You can get a lot done before the end of the year. If there's something you're really trying to align with, this is the time. As well as maybe it's just something new you want to be started with and get going for the first of the year and be ready for that first of the year. So there's an enormous amount of things to be looking forward to get to do, to meditate on, to allow yourselves to be in alignment. So like I said, it's magic season, it's spooky season, the veil is thin, and it's also just fun fall traditions. Like I have leaves and pumpkins and things set up on my altar right now, and starting to turn inward and do that inner divination and meditation and have that magic and clarity. So I want to just bring it all back together by talking about some of the things to expect this month. We have 3 planets leaving retrograde. First it was Mercury. We have 2 more. We have Mars going into retrograde, and we also have Venus changing from a morning star to an evening star. I think that's right, and not the other way around. But we have Venus changing. So there's a lot of change energy in October, which is perfect for that energy of transformation. We start with Libra, and then we get into Scorpio season at the end of the month. So right now you're in that refining and balancing time frame. Now you're in that Venus ruled Libra, so you're talking love and money. Hence the Practical Magic series I'm doing, where we're working with love tonight and money next week. So it's a really good time to work with Venus, and it's a good time to work with those aspects of what are you bringing in, who do you want to be, what do you want to know. The other thing to think of is Scorpio season is about things like death, magic, rebirth, transformation, transfiguration, and alchemy. So a little bit more tangible physical things, because Venus is all about, she rules the earth. She rules love, money, beauty. That's what we work with in the first part of October. But at the end of October, we work into the mysteries, into the dark lady, into our true mystical, magical selves. So it's to me, it's just the most amazing, beautiful time. And so we've also put out some new stuff. So it's a great time to be launching new things. And so we're launching the new coaching package with me, which is the Living Magically coaching package. That's working with me on a really intense one-on-one basis to get a transformation, a change before the end of 2022, which is a master year. And whether you work with me in that or whether you're working on it yourself, I recommend thinking about who you want to be at the beginning of 2023 and working through the steps right now of what is it you're truly claiming? What is it you're really wanting? And a lot of times this is that pivotal moment every year where I have to recognize that maybe a year ago, what I wanted is something I no longer want. Another review would be, a year ago, I wanted all these things and holy crap, wonderful. I have already acquired them. So I need to actually set new higher goals on what I'm bringing in. So I also get to be in gratitude. So that's the fall harvest aspect of what's happening right now, because Halloween is the final harvest holiday. And of course, there's American Thanksgiving coming up right after that, which I want you to understand is an absolute, I really like doing gratitude every day. What are you thankful for even before you manifest the item? The power of gratitude is one of my magic tools as far as getting what it is into your field, because you cannot be in lack and gratitude at the same time. So it's a magic tool. It's one of my favorite magic tools. Actually envision what it is you are declaring, calling in, allowing into your field. You live it, and this is really important. You are, as Joe Dispenza says, rehearsing it arriving, or as Viana Stuyvelt talks about, you are commanding it into being. You are living as if it is already done. So creator of all that is, or whatever wording you want to use. I like to use God, Goddess, all that is. It is commanded that this is in my life now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful and thankful this is in my life. And then I go into the visualization of seeing it, tasting it, getting it viscerally in my body, what it is like to have this thing. And I usually will do it so that it's something I've already manifested. So in the last year, something I've manifested. So I manifested my dream trip to Egypt. So I'm so grateful and thankful for this amazing trip to Egypt. And then something I want. I'm so grateful and thankful for having an incredible book launch, which might be a year from now, but I'm not sure when it's going to be, but I can taste it, feel it, see it, smell it, as if I am standing on a stage talking about my book. And then I'm so grateful and thankful, and you rehearse what it's like to already have it in print. Okay, what does it look like to have it in print? I can see it. I know what the book looks like. I can smell what the pages would smell like. I can touch it as if I'm flipping the pages. And you're rehearsing it. You're feeling it. You're feeling the gratitude for all the people that help you. You experience as so it is already done. And that's how you make it inevitable. Because your mind, this is an incredible quantum hack, your mind, your brain, in deep thought process of visualizing, manifesting, and a knowing, actually cannot tell the difference between if it has already been done, is happening now, or is coming. It is all the same. So if you're having this experience right now, like right now you're watching me, that's a real-time experience. But if you close your eyes and you're living your manifestation, your body, your mind, and your quantum field is actually living in the part of you that is already done. It's actually your brain cannot tell the difference between something you are thinking about, you are experiencing in your third eye, or I like to call it my first eye, because your mind's eye is actually before your physical eyes. And therefore, it's beyond the mind, and therefore it becomes viscerally and completely in the body. So I want you to just take a moment and drop in, breathe a couple of deep breaths, releasing the stress of the day and the week. Nod your head a little bit, relax your shoulders, breathe in and out, close your eyes, and think about something you've manifested. Creator of all that is, God, Goddess, all that is. It is commanded that this is already in my life now. And think about the gratitude. I'm so grateful and thankful that this is in my life now. And think about something that is truly a great manifestation, something that has come to you that you know, feel it in your body. So you're allowing gratitude to flood your body. And then for a moment, go to the thing that you desire. I'm so grateful and thankful, and I command that this is in my life now. And I want you to just command and be in the energy of gratitude of the item or the object or the experience you are desiring to be calling forth. I want you to see it. I want you to rehearse it as it is already going on, whether that's a trip, whether it's an amount of money, whether it's a new job, a new house, whatever it is, whatever experience, romance, whatever that experience is. What does it smell like? What does it sound like? How does it feel to you emotionally? What is touching it like? What is hearing it? Just embody the version of you that's already there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So go into the gratitude of, this is already mine. It's already here. I know what it feels like. I'm making it inevitable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. And then say in your mind's eye, show me. And maybe there's a little message on how to bridge the gap between now and the version of you that already has it. And last but not least, you're going to be the one that already has it in your day-to-day actions, thoughts, and words. So you want to say words that reaffirm that this is already yours. So you're going to keep this. You're going to be grateful for it. You're going to hold it in your heart as already done. You're going to continue to keep thanking the universe that this is already yours. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now, doesn't that feel warm and inviting and so good? You can't be a lack and gratitude at the same time. And you just want to reaffirm, it's the biggest magic I can ever do. I can light a candle, but I always will do this part of the magic step right here. And for those of you who are local, we are having our monthly soul circle at Satnam Wellness on Wednesday at 6:30. Our local soul circle, Patrick and I are going to be talking about the masculine, the feminine divine. Last time we talked about the masculine divine. This time we're going to talk about the feminine divine. And he's going to do a beautiful gong. And we'll, of course, do our healing circle as always. So if you are local, I'd love to see some of your faces. This is the season where I just want to go out and give every single person a hug. And if you're not local, I'm hugging you from afar because I love you and I'm so grateful for you. And I'll see you again next week. Next week we're gonna basically be doing some very practical magic / witchy things this month because it's October and I'm Magical Michelle and I can. And so can you. I love you, and don't forget to live magically.